Some say now is the perfect time to defoliate maples. They say it's fine, just part of bonsai technique. But that's a myth, and a dangerous one. Because this isn't just a tree, it's a living partner. And what it gives us, peace, stillness, connection to nature, depends on how we treat it. 3 years ago, this tree was just a garden tree, 3 meters tall, untrained, unseen. It was cut back and placed in this box, a new beginning. Since then, we've listened, watched, and waited. Now in this moment, after the flush, as the growth hardens, we begin the next step. Not a complete defoliation, not too much stress, just selective pruning to improve ramification and to gently redistribute energy throughout the tree. This is a win-win. We care for the tree, and the tree gives us unity, balance, and peace. That's what bonsai really is, not control, but harmony. Right now the tree is overgrown, a dense canopy of leaves and twigs reaching in every direction. It's beautiful, but it hides the truth. I can't see the lines anymore, I can't read the flow. It's like trying to find a path through a forest without a map. Only when the noise is cleared can I see what the tree is trying to say. So before anything else, I begin with a rough prune. Not to style, not to define, but simply to reveal. This is not about forcing structure, it's about creating space for clarity, for breadth, for balance. Now it's time to make space, to remove what doesn't belong. These lower shoots, what we call suckers, they pull away energy from the tree's true structure. They grow in shadows, fast and eager, but with no future. By removing them, I'm not being harsh, I'm protecting the energy of the tree, refocusing it where it matters. Bonsai is about intention. Every cut is a choice, and every choice is a message to the tree. This says, grow here and not here. At first glance, this branch looks promising. It's thin, flexible, and it could be useful, but it's important to look from every angle. Bonsai does not happen in 2 dimensions. Now I can clearly see that it's stuck too close to a fork. If I let it grow, it would create a 3-branch junction, a swelling, a distraction, a flaw. So even if it feels right at first, sometimes the right decision only becomes clear with time and perspective. This is also the time to revisit old wounds, the heavy cuts from the past. Some were made when the tree was still recovering. Now, with more understanding, I can help them fade, make them part of the flow. Refining these transitions isn't just about aesthetics, it's a gesture of respect, a way of saying, I see what you've been through, and I will help you carry it better. After each cut, I take care of the wound. A clean finish, a healing seal. This isn't just hygiene, it's respect. At this stage, I move with more intent. Every cut I make now will shape the tree's future structure. I cut back to the first or second pair of leaves, depending on how much length I need. But it's not about the leaves, it's about the internodes, the spaces between buds. Here's the thing, no bud can form in the middle of an internode. that means no branch, no ramification. So if an internode is too long, that space becomes useless, just empty wood. In bonsai, scale is everything. To keep the illusion of a mature tree in miniature, we need short internodes, tight spacing, and controlled energy. This is where science meets artistry. This isn't random clipping, it's architectural pruning, a structure in motion. Even though this is a living thing, it's still a composition, a work of art. And like any good design, the space matters just as much as the form. Another important detail is the structure of ramification itself. I aim for an alternating pattern. Left, then right, then left again. Like a rhythm. When I see 3 branches growing from one point, I have to choose one. And I always choose the one that respects the structure, the one that flows with the line. And speaking of flow, I always place secondary branches on the outside of a bend. That's where the energy moves outward. That's where a branch feels natural and not forced. Sometimes a branch grows stronger than we planned. It thickens too much too soon. But that's not a loss, it's an opportunity. By removing this branch, I improve the taper, the flow from thick to thin becomes smoother and more refined. At the same time, I'm shortening the structure, bringing the design closer, more compact, more honest. This art form teaches us to let go, not just for the sake of form, but for balance. Good ramification is not just density, it's rhythm, it's placement, it's understanding the dance between movement and stillness. And right now, this tree is starting to speak more clearly. We're beginning to understand each other. Everything that shoots straight up goes away too. These verticals steal energy, thicken fast, and break the flow. This branch grows upwards at an angle. I'm not removing it, just shortening. I'm thinking about the future movement of this tree, how its branches might drop over time and then rise again, reaching back toward the light. That upward growth after a bend, it's a natural gesture, one that I want to preserve. By shortening, I keep the flow, I reduce the weight, and I improve the taper, guiding the energy from thick to thin. Here, I have 4 branches growing from the same junction, and that's too much. These new shoots I'll remove, because what I'm looking for is a sharper angle. A narrow fork feels more natural, it reflects how trees move under pressure and time. And I'm just on time, they haven't thickened yet, so no swelling and also not that much of a scar. Now the energy flows cleanly and the movement stays intact. After working through a few examples, I applied the same principles to the rest of the tree, removing what was too strong, respecting rhythm of alternation, cleaning wounds, and guiding energy. It's still raw, still early in the process, but now there's clarity. This tree has come a long way, and now together we take the next step. If this brought you peace and insight, feel free to like, share, or subscribe. It helps me grow, just like my trees.